Well, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Twin Flame Tarot. I'm Veronica. Today, we're checking in the current energy between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. We will explore what each person may be thinking, feeling, healing, or struggling to express. And then we'll use the tarot deck to uncover what's happening within the connections and what may be shifting next. I'm going to put 3 piles in front of you. All right. So we have 3 piles in front of you. And I want you to take a deep breath and release the need to choose perfectly. Just allow yourself to be drawn to the pile that you feel drawn to. Remember that tarot reflects current energy and possibilities, and it does not replace intuition or your personal choices. Please remember that if you feel drawn to more than one pile, there may be a message for you in each pile. Welcome to pile number 1. If you chose this pile, this may be your message. We're going to begin with the divine feminine's energy and then look at the divine masculine's energy. And finally, use the tarot to reveal the energy surrounding the connection. Remember that the energy can sometimes mirror, so trust what generally resonates with you. Only you truly know what's going on deep down inside. So I'm going to be a guiding light for you. All right. So divine feminine, what is her current energy? I want happiness, laughter, and connection again. Part of me is still holding on to you. I know you are hiding something. If you want me, show me through your actions. Had to take a big sigh there. I feel the pain and the anger from this divine feminine. She's like, if you want me, show me through your actions. I want happiness, laughter, connection again. Part of me is still holding on to you. So she still wants a divine masculine. I know you're hiding I know you're hiding something. So she wants the truth. She wants to know the truth. What is the divine masculine's energy? Things are about to change. Ooh, so he's thinking like there's gonna be a change. There's gonna be a change, and I see a money sign there too. So there may be some kind of gift, a gift of a sorry gift or a gift for commitment. Let's dig in deeper. I'm hurt, but I haven't given up. I'm sorry. See, there's a gift like a I'm sorry gift. Our conflict went too far. So something went a little too far. It wasn't it was out of pride. I'm feeling that there was some jealousy on the divine masculine was feeling jealous over something that you did that he saw the divine masculine do. I mean the divine feminine, and he overreacted and he said something out of bitterness. When we're bitter, then there's angry words come out, to just words to try to hurt you. And so divine masculine is sorry. He said this went too far. There may have been alcohol involved in this that that dimmed the frontal lobe where that gives the part of the brain that gives you reason. And so if you're drinking, um there is a chemical reaction that happens to the front part of your brain that closed down. That is a part of the brain that is responsible to help us make rational, reasonable, practical decisions, logical decisions. And so he was overreacting, not overreacting. The logic part of his brain was closed. So when that is closed, the emotions are high. And when emotions are high, you say things that you really don't mean, and things got too far. And he says I'm sorry. And he's hurt, but he hasn't given up. So his pride, his ego could be hurt, but he hasn't given up, and there's about to be a change. And so he's looking for a way to apologize, to come to the divine feminine, and 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 like divine feminine is saying, well, if you want me, show me through your actions, put a ring on it, buy me a gift, show me, put some time, effort. It doesn't have to be financial, but just show me that you value me, show me that you care for me. I am still holding on to you. I want happiness, laughter, and connection again. I know that you're hiding something. I know that you are hiding something. I need you to communicate the truth. I need you to be honest. Let's look into the tarot and see what is the current energy between this divine masculine and feminine. So we have the Five of Pentacles and the Strength card. We have here it's just somebody feeling left out in the cold. Um and I believe that they both understand, like, I know what it feels to be left out in the cold. And so I'm they both have a high sense of pride, and what through that pride gives them self-control, self-discipline. But I feel it's not really like self-discipline. Like, self-discipline to me is just like more of a positive, like, I'm gonna do this to gain this. Well, I guess it is, but it's more like self-control to like manipulate an outcome. And I used to think that manipulate was like a bad thing until I talked to my counselor, my therapist, my psychologist. And now I was like, I feel like I can, like, I'm a manipulator, like I can, like, this is magic. Once started practicing self-control, self-discipline, and learning to communicate in a different way, because I used to have the a very strong personality where I was like, it's my way or the highway, and this is the way I am. And if you don't like it, then you can leave. Well, this is how I was when you met me. So why should I have to change? And and so I had just my way of thinking and speaking. And there's like different types of personalities that are actually categorized in, not just in tarot, but like in the business world, and the blue collar society, where they do tests like the real colors, or there's different type of personality assessments that will categorize people into groups. And it's usually four groups. And so you got your fire signs, your water signs, your air signs, and your earth signs. And so category each group, they have a different way of receiving and giving, like things that move them, right? And so we are in our world when before we start practicing self development, we are in our own little world thinking like w- we are like the whole thing and that's it, like we don't realize that we're just like a needle in a haystack. And we have this attitude of like, if this is the way I am, and if you don't like it, then leave. But if you start practicing personal development skills like self-disciplines, self-control, because you want to make it up on the in the ladder, whether it's in business, in finances, with relationships, with yourself. If you start hitting the same obstacles and obstacles and obstacles, and there's like this disconnect, there's no contact like there is right now, and you're trying to say, well, and obviously there is love, there's connection, there's chemistry, but there is an imbalance or a there's conflict, right? And this conflict can be like, well, this is how I am, I'm going to show you. So now you've had already, usually, by the time you're in your 30s, you're like, okay, I keep having the same issue. And that's when you start beginning to do some inner healing work. And so now it's saying, okay, so maybe in both there are things that you guys can practice on how you communicate, for sure, both of you, and make it into a little bit more like healthier communications. And when, like, so I'm Latina and we're like Mexican, like they have a bad my family has a bad mouth, like since we're in, like, little kids, like, hijo de la chingada madre, this, like very rude, very aggressive, very masculine, very um giving carrilla, like bullying or like making fun of, and like, oh yeah, I'm just kidding, it's just a joke, but it's um very passive aggressive behavior. And so So I was born in Arizona. That was like the only thing I knew. I moved to Wisconsin, and Wisconsin was like all white, educated, and so now they have like more proper, and they're like adults are talking to their 5-year-olds like, "Oh, Billy, are you okay?" And like giving them the opportunity to express themselves, to express their feelings, and just giving them time to process. Our parents were like, "Hija de la chingada, you better get your butt up and get to work or whatever it is, start washing the dishes." And so there's cultural and society and religious beliefs and mañas, ways the ways that we do things based on that's how we were raised and that's how we know. And so that's kind of you too, where it's like, this is how I talk and this is all I know. But if you start first on always, when it comes to a divine feminine and masculine, a twin flame relationship, I think it's very important that, or any relationship really, even if it's not a romantic relationship, is learning each other's love language. Because my love language was words of affirmations. His love language was um acts of services. And so I was here like telling him all this stuff, thinking I was uplifting him, and he's not. He's like, "Oh, you're not massaging me. You're not doing this. You're not doing that for me," or vice versa. Maybe he has a very dirty mouth, screaming, yelling, but it's really not personal. But my love language is words of affirmation. So when I hear that negative talk, I would personalize it. So I had to learn. One of my personal development was to not personalize what he says. Maybe that something in here, like, I'm sorry, I went too far. I feel like he said something to you, and maybe your love language is words of affirmations, and the words like killed you, and they really hurt you. And so maybe his love language is like gifts, giving gifts. And you're like, show me through your actions. Show me through your actions that you love me, because you really hurt me with what you said. And this person is not they're not going to say anything because they express their love through maybe gifts or time, spending time with you. And so tap into that, look it up, see what your love language is and what is divine masculine's love language is, if you can find that out, and then see where is that disconnect so that you guys can begin to learn how to communicate each other's love language, and you're not feeling left out in the cold. You are able to manipulate the relationship for union and love and happiness and laughter by changing, by personally developing in that area of your life of learning what is your love language, at least for this. And then the layers of an onion, layers of your emotional energy center. It could be weeks, months, years, decades, however long it takes you, and we'll go back and forth into the emotional energy center and the different areas in your life, and you start working on that until you really it is that until you find the power within yourself, the divine masculine and divine feminine energy within yourself, the yin and the yang. This is not exactly the yin and the yang, but it reminds me of it. Oh, there you go. The yin and the yang. And that is a divine masculine and divine feminine within yourself. And when you have a control over that, both of you guys magnetize towards each other. If you're out of balance, you're going to repel. There is something that you need to personally develop on yourself. So if this reading is describing your connection, leave me a heart in the comments, or tell me what part of the message resonated mostly with you. Your comments also help me understand what kind of readings you would like to see next. Before I do let you go, pile number one, I will pull out a, I'm going to pull out an angel card, and I'm going to pull out, I'm going to pull out two types of angel messages. What is a message for the viewer? The final soul message. It says, if you think you are alone, you are not. We are beside you in all challenges that you face. Trust that outside sources will always be working with you to ensure the best outcome in every situation. We have your best interests at heart. We love you. So your angels are saying that they are with you. They love you. Do not forget to call on them as they we always our guardian angels are always with us. But they do not intervene unless we ask for help. So if you're going through difficult times, you just need some help and guidance. You call on them every day. Dear guardian angels, be at my side to light, to guard, and to light, guard, and protect. I don't know. I had a little bit better version of saying that, but that's the gist. Guardian angels be calling on my guardian angels be at my side to light, guard, and protect. And then another affirmation angel message for you, pile number one, growth. You are experiencing growth and expansion in all areas of your life. See, you are on the right path and moving forward toward you are on the right path and moving towards greater fulfillment and success. Amen. Two, three, four. So you are just improving different areas of your life. This is the emotional energy areas of your life. And then on top of that, we had the let me see if I can put it on my tablet. I'll put it up next time. We have the circle of life, the circle of life that has all the different areas in that make up life, which is like your home, your relationships, your education, your finances, and so on and so forth. So like I said, like layers of an onion, we have different areas that we can practice self-development, not because this is how I am and this is you love me the way I am, but because this is how you manifest the dream life that you want is by personal development. So if you enjoyed this reading, please again give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. And remember, knowing their current energy can bring you clarity, but your healing cannot depend on what someone else chooses to do next. So it's all about on you. And in my experience, is I was chasing and wondering and and trying to chase the divine masculine. I found that he started chasing me when I stopped chasing and I started doing my own inner work. The minute I got a journal and I started writing, there he is calling, there he is texting. So I'm inviting you to bring back your energy to yourself and ask yourself, what am I feeling? What is this situation showing me? What part of me is already what part of me is ready to heal and rise? And if you're struggling through separation and no contact, download my free no contact survival kit using the link below. And if you are ready to go deeper in understanding your emotions, the patterns, the boundaries, the visions for your future, you can continue your journey through your Heal and Rise workbook. It'll give you an option there if you want to add the Heal and Rise workbook, and that's a full workbook that I created to help women overcome heartbreak, grief, feeling lost of yourself and not don't know where to go, and you're trying to rebuild yourself over loss of a loved one or feeling like you lost yourself. And we go through all your emotional energy centers and figure out, okay, what is that story? How do we rewrite that story? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where do you want what is the life you dream of? Let's create that. Let's do a step by step, day by day um action plan. And that's how you manifest. That's how you quantum leap into the life that you desire. If this message supported you, please like the video, subscribe, turn on your notifications so that we can connect again in the next reading. And until next time, protect your peace, trust your intuition, and remember, you are the light. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.